Hello, everybody. How you doing? How you doing? Welcome to a special. Let me hit this a little bit and bring myself in here. Hey, everybody. How you doing? Welcome to a special rendition of Power Talk. And normally I come on Wednesdays at 4:30, but this Wednesday I had the privilege and the blessed honor of going back to my hometown of Newark and going back and being the keynote speaker for New Jersey Institute of Technology Student Organizations Leadership Conference. And that was on Wednesday. So it was surreal to me. It was like my dream come true. I mean, so many times I walked past NJIT as a youngster and thinking that whole college thing was so far away from anything I could possibly do with my life. And here I am going back as Dr. John Gray as the keynote speaker for their leadership conference. So it was just a blessing. So I apologize for not being on Wednesday, but I'm taking a cue from my upcoming guest because he has a show called Unscripted Voices. So this is Unscripted Power Talk. So I just like to welcome everybody who's here. I see the love of my life is here. Yeah, you go. And hey, Angie, like and share, everybody. What's going on? Iffy McCoy, where you at, Yashika B? That's what Iffy's saying. Where you at? Hey, Joanna, how are you? How you doing? There's Yashika B. She said right here. She said, don't be calling her out. She said, I'm right here. Don't be calling her out. Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Power Talk, where we have real talk about empowerment and purpose. And I like to say this is some of the most inspirational 30 minutes that you will see and hear out here in this place called content. We are all about empowerment. We are all about purpose. We are all about that real talk, making it happen. I got a good afternoon from the South. Yes. Hey, send me that hometown shout out, everybody. Let me know where you're repping from. I'm coming to you from New Jersey. And I just want to say thank you so much, everybody, for logging on. Here's what I want you to do. I need you to do me a favor. I need you to like this and share this and bring somebody to this conversation, because this is a conversation that we need to have. Out of all the content that's out there on social media, we really need to dig into and hone in on the purpose, the focus, the positive mindset, which is what we're going to be talking about tonight. The positive mindset. Well, we got Dallas in the house. Okay. I see you, Dallas. See, you got I got my Eagles hat on, right? And if I'm about to bring you on right now, because we're gonna have this conversation of that Dallas. No, let me bring him on here. Come on in here, man.
Listen, we ain't scared of you. We ain't scared of you.
This conversation to a whole other place. I planned on talking about purpose and empowerment, and now he's going to come here and talk about the Dallas Cowboys.
Man, I didn't even say nothing. This is what happens when people are scared of you. They're just gonna mention you. So I haven't said nothing. And you are here, Dr. Gray. I didn't mention anything about Cowboys. He brought them up, but it's okay.
I love it. Listen, we gotta rep our teams, man.
Yes, sir.
Brother, I just want to just say thank you for being here. It is good to have you.
Man, it's an honor and privilege always to be here, to be beside you and get us motivation and the positivity among everything going on in this world. You cannot but remain positive for you to scale through. And that's why I'm so honored and privileged to be beside you tonight.
All right, brother. You know what I say? I say bad news circles the world twice before good news gets out of bed in the morning, man. So it is our responsibility, man. We are the purveyors of positivity, man. We are the carrier of the encouragement. So, brother, that's why I like connecting with you, man, because you just have a spirit of positivity. Your energy is always high, man. You're about your business, and you're about changing and bringing value to people's lives. So that's why I love connecting with you, brother. So once again, man, it is my pleasure to have you.
Listen, bro, it is always a pleasure to be in your presence with your wife and Yashika and your host. You have your unique kind of clique. Those kind of cliques are very special. People like Yashika, no dumb man. People like Angie. Whoa, where is Pele? Pele's supposed to be here right now.
Right? I know.
Say my name.
Your mother says that.
Say my name, but it's okay. I got Yashika. I'm good.
Yeah, I know, because you called your Sheikah out. She was like, "Don't play at me. I'm right there." She put, hold on, hold on. Where she put it at? I'm gonna go back up there. She said, "Right here, sir."
Yeah, I saw it. I saw
She
it. I
said,
saw
"Right here, sir." She said, "Don't call
it.
me by my government." She called me by a whole government name. Where you at, your Sheikah Brute and Mac? Where you at? Oh man, listen, tonight, man, we have themes for our show, and the theme that I've been carrying for the last month has been the positive mindset.
Yes, sir.
The positive mindset. So what I want to do is, man, because I know this is right up your alley, man, because you're one of the more positive brothers that I know. So when I say those words, the positive mindset to Iffy McCoy, what does Iffy McCoy say to folk about the positive mindset?
I've been studying about what I call the brain bend, and of course emotional intelligence, as well as your subconsciousness, your subconscious mind, and the power of your subconscious mind. And I begin to realize that over 90% of what we are today are the things we downloaded in our subconscious mind while we were little, as we were growing up. All those things, all this information is one way or the other influencing our decision, deciding what we become, deciding our philosophy, our ideologies, and our basic instinct of life. So when you talk about positivity, it is something. I was just having this discussion with, I think, with Yashika and some other people some nights ago. You are born twice. Apart from the regular born again as a Christian that we mentioned, the second time you are born is when you realize that all this information that you have downloaded in your subconscious is not really you, that you have identified the real you. That is the time you are born twice, because now you understand that you are being liberated from your parents, the society, the religion, as it were, the community, all those norms, traditional ways. You have to discover who you truly are for you to really step into the next level of your life. So being positive, let me tell you something about being positive. So when you're a positive individual, we always say that you attract what you think.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that's entirely true in all its entirety. I believe that you will, when it comes to attraction, when you start thinking positive, it's not that positivity will just come to you. There will be an epiphany, a revelation of the positivity around you that has been in existence, but you did not pay attention to it. So that's the way your subconscious functions. So
Mm-hmm.
positive thinking does not just attract positive result. It opens your eyes to the positivity around you. It has always been there. But when you start indulging in positivity and listening to your podcast, what you are doing is that you are telling your subconscious mind that this right here is so important, and then your subconscious might begin to pay attention. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So when you indulge in constant, continuous positive thinking, what you are doing is that you are activating and raising the frequency, the vibration of your subconscious mind to really identify those things that are positive around you. And I said this to someone the other time. She complained about how she keep attracting. I don't know how she described those kind of men. He said, "Why do
Mm-hmm.
I keep doing this?" She said, I also indulge in positive thinking. When I asked a question, when you see a man, what do you look out for? She said, first of all, I want to make sure that the red flag is not there. I pick up. I said, okay, that is the problem. I want to give you this example, brother. Scared people that skate, right? If you watch their training, they are not focusing on not hitting the tree. They are focusing on following the track.
Mm-hmm.
Because if they focus on not hitting the tree, they end up hitting the
They're gonna
tree.
hit the tree.
But when they focus on the track, they follow the track. See, when you keep focusing on the red flag, listen, your subconscious mind becomes very active to identify red flag. So continuously, you're going to see it. You're seeing it. Now, I'm not saying that you can't look out for red flag, but I'm saying that when you focus your mind, you are harnessing your energy for that particular thing. So that's what happens when you become positive.
Mm-hmm.
As we're speaking right now, there is negativity around us. There are positivities around us. We are all surrounded by these two energies. But the one you focus on is the one you train your mind for that revelation. So that's why I think that when people listen to this program like this, is the best thing ever that is happening to them.
You know, there's a mistake that people make, man, and I want you to break this down, because you can know exactly where I'm coming from, and that's where's your focus? Elevate. There you go. I love it. And the mistake people make often is they think being a positive person makes you oblivious to problems. Like, just because you're positive, you just got this your head in the sky attitude that you don't know that there's problems. Of course, because I call myself the professor of positivity. I was still that when my wife was in the hospital. So being a positive person means more than just I don't see problems around me. So
No.
so go deeper a little bit about that, because people make that mistake. Oh, you positive, you just ignoring the things around you.
You know what Les Brown always say? The law of Murphy. What could possibly go wrong will
Yeah.
always go wrong. And these are things, even for Christians. You think because you're a Christian, you're not going to face challenges. You think because you're a born again, you speak in tongues, you got the anointing, you got all these things, then troubles are not going to come. First of all, I believe that every dream would have to be tested for its authenticity. Every dream.
Yes.
And the universe has not come to take away your dream, it has only come to test it. How do we know you are the best at this thing if you don't taste it? How do we know that John Gray is the best in area of being positive if the wife is not found in the hospital yet he still kept the faith? How do we know that you are the best in this industry when challenges come and you should stand on your feet? We'll have to know. So the universe will come to test you. So if you have dreams and you have aspiration, you have things that you are hoping to accomplish in life, I want you to be ready. Because as soon as opportunity comes, listen, tribulation follows. They walk hand in hand. So your ability to overcome those circumstances and those tribulations and those visits of life is what going to make you to show yourself approved. So being positive, here is the key. Being positive strengthens you. It gives you that momentum to realize that whatever thing it takes, whatever situation I find myself right now, I got what it takes to accomplish it. I got what it takes to come out on the other side. And understanding that when situation comes, positive mindset, think different.
Yeah. There you go. There you go.
So when I see those situations, I see it as an opportunity. So I tell people this: any pain you're going through right now has come to teach you something. When that pain is done teaching you, the pain will leave. So a positive mindset individual will understand that what I'm going through right now is but a training. What I'm going through right now is like a gold going through the fire. A positive mindset individual will understand that what I'm going through right now is just putting me in a pedestal that I'm going to use to teach people in the future. If I understand the struggle I'm going through right now, I'll be strong in it because I understand that God is training me, putting me through. That in the next 10 years, 5 years, there are people out there who will be going through what I'm going through right now. And perhaps I might even be getting paid to teach them how to come out of it. That's how a positive mindset individual think. So when circumstances and tribulations come to you, you understand that it has not come to stop you, but it has come to train you, to prepare you to the next level of your life. And that's how I view it from that perspective, brother.
Listen, brother, I'm sitting here watching I'm watching this on this screen. I'm watching on my Facebook Live. And if he is breaking it down, throw those hearts up. Y'all better throw those hearts up right now.
Yes,
Because
sir.
this man is saying something.
Yes,
He is
sir.
breaking it down. I need y'all to throw them hearts up. I'm throwing them up with you. Throw them hearts up. There
Yes,
you go.
sir.
That's what I'm talking about. You know what? One of the things I want to talk to you about is I want to talk to you about the mindset to keep going when going is the last thing you want to do. The mindset to keep going when going is the last thing you want to do. Talk about that mindset, man, that you must have when everything is screaming quit. What
So
that mindset?
let me tell you something, bro. This is where passion and purpose becomes very important, because you got to get to a point where your strength can't lead you no more. Your ideologies and your visions and your emotions can't lead you no more.
Mhm.
Everybody will get to that point. Like TDJ said, I don't care who you are. Every general has felt it. Every entrepreneur, every speaker, every president, every mayor, it is always the urge to say, I quit. The urge to say, I can't do this no more. Even as powerful as Jesus was when he was on earth, listen, he was at a verge. Everybody at a point in time, you will be tested for your strength. Jesus, I want to give you an example. I hope I can use Bible references, right?
Please, by all means, brother. You see those hands behind me? Come on. Come on.
Jesus. Now, I don't feel like preaching right now, but you want to get me there, brother.
Let's go. Let's bring it.
When he was about to be sold and crucified, the Bible makes us to understand that every and any time they go out, they always pray together. He prays with the disciples every time. But this particular night, there's a record that shows that the disciples could not pray with him longer.
Mm-hmm.
And Jesus said, why can't you pray with me for an extra hour? We suggest that Jesus and these guys has always been praying.
Mm-hmm.
This is the problem. Jesus has been praying with them, or they have been praying with Jesus, because everywhere Jesus was, they were with him.
Mm-hmm.
But this next place Jesus was going, the disciples cannot go with him.
Ah, yeah.
It was a personal call. That's why someone said that when God called you, it wasn't a conference call, it was a personal call. At that point in time, Jesus had to carry his own cross because he needed to pray the extra prayer himself. He's the one going to die, not the disciples. So you have to understand that the strength given to you as a visionary for your dream is different from the strength given to you or given to those who support your dream. There will
Mm-hmm.
come a point in time they will leave you. The assignment is done. You start crying. You start wondering why you're being deserted. You start wondering why nobody want to talk to you. Nobody want to invite you. You start wondering why nobody want to support you anymore. You have gotten to a point
Mm-hmm.
in time where God wants to elevate you. So you have to be very careful. It is not time to cry. It is not time to give up. So when you get to that point where the only thing or choice you have is to move, I would say keep moving, because that is when the breakthrough is coming, because everybody will love what you're doing until the point of getting to the next level, brother. That is when you
Mm-hmm.
realize the strength to go forward can only come from within, not from the outside. It doesn't matter how supportive your parents are, friends are. You will get to a point when it comes to your dream, your vision and purpose, the strength given to you to bring it into existence is uniquely designed for you.
Yes.
You have to come from the inside, the belief system. You got to find it somewhere. It might look like it does not exist, but you got to find it somewhere. And that is why positive and positivity becomes very important, because with a positive mindset, it is easier for you to understand what the message is. It is easier for you to understand what the suffering is. It is easier for you to understand that this thing I'm going through right now is only but a moment, because the result of persistence, the result
Mm-hmm.
of doing the same thing consistently will now register to your mind to understand that it might be night now, but it'll be morning soon.
That's right. That's right. That dawn's gonna break, bro. That
Yeah,
dawn will break.
exactly.
And so many people, man, they quit right before dawn. They
Mm,
quit right before dawn. But there's a strength of the positive mindset that says I'm going to just hold on because I know that dawn is coming.
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Man, listen, my brother, I am loving this conversation, man. But what I want to do, man, I want to turn it to passion. I want to
Mm,
turn it to passion
mm,
because you are passionate about unscripted voices.
yes, sir.
So what I want to do now, man, I want to kind of go to the back of the curtain now, and I
Mhm.
want to go to what was the birth of the passion for unscripted voices? Where did that come from? Because people see, I mean, all they gotta do is listen to you talk for 2 minutes, man, and they know this brother is passionate about unscripted voices.
Right.
But where did that passion for this work come from? Talk about how that was born.
It's been a while, brother. I can't tell you. It's been something that has been in my mind for years. But the whole idea was to have it in person. And then we got to a point where pandemic hit, and I had to enroll in Les Brown's program, and we did all that. And then the inspiration of everybody doing stuff on social media came up. I'm like, okay, to cut the long story short, why don't we just do it?
Mhm.
And the passion became very enormous, because this is the thing. I believe for there to be ultimate happiness and satisfaction, that purpose and passion must marry itself. You can't separate both.
Oh yeah,
Purpose and passion must marry itself. And,
Marius.
and then passion is a vehicle through which you can achieve your purpose. So the passion that you have for anything in life right now is where ultimate satisfaction is. That's why most time I don't really bother people to really identify purpose. Follow passion for now. Passion is now. So I tell people that your gift to the world is your purpose, but the world's gift to you is your passion. When you start with that passion, it will lead you to your purpose ultimately. But then when we started the Unscripted Voices after the Les Brown's program, I called Precious. I say, hey man, Edgar, I have this big idea, what I think we truly need right now. And impromptu speech. We are meant to be instant, right? We discuss every day in our private life. But then when we come on social media like that, there is something that is really closing up. You don't want to make no mistakes. You don't want to say things that are not generally acceptable, but people need to be confident. People need to be instant. Someone said that when opportunity strikes, you do not have time for preparation. So how do we
Mhm.
stay prepared all the time? And that is why our logo says we don't get ready,
We
we
stay
stay
ready.
ready. So when we started, the passion was to give confidence to people. The passion was to build that confidence. The way you talk at home should be the way you talk everywhere. Like someone said, that discipline in one area is discipline in all area. So being fluent at home should mean being fluent even when you come online to speak. So that's what we encourage people who like the confidence, who think they don't have what it takes to speak. If you can talk to people in your home, if you can talk with your friends, you have what it takes to speak. And speaking is a gift that everybody has, I believe, because you have eyes, you can see, you have ears, you can hear, you have mouth, you should be able to use your mouth to communicate effectively, to persuade, to push, to bring out whatever idea you have. But your ability to be instant becomes a little bit challenged. That is why
Mhm.
TikTok is a very big industry, because within two to within 1 minute you should be able to make sense. So how do you make sense within 3 minutes? Is so important, because I have seen interviews conducted at the train station, at the airport. People are
Mhm.
being instant. So that whole idea made me to say, okay, we can do something about this. How do we come together so that we can build our confidence and learn how to be instant? And then, like Les Brown said, some things you're taught, some things you caught. I caught that one. I knew it was something special. I knew it was going to be impactful to millions of people all around the world, and we get in there. So I would say, to cut the long story short, that was the whole how the whole idea of Unscripted Voices started, and we are growing from strength to strength. We keep introducing different kind of programs, all channeled towards building confidence and being influential in your public speaking activities.
Well, I'll tell you this, man. It is definitely unique because, honestly, man, because honestly, there's a lot of you know how the Bible says nothing new under the sun,
Mhm.
and there's a lot of replication out there. I mean, somebody's doing this, somebody's doing this, somebody's doing this, and it all looks. I don't see much of anything that looks like unscripted voices out there, man.
Listen, that what I keep telling people. We have seen a lot of speaking engagement courses and classes, and this is what we are creating on Unscripted Voice. I was discussing with someone, I think Yashika, I was discussing with her. One thing God has created in Unscripted Voices is God, first of all, created the eyes on the cake before the cake itself. You see, at the time, I thought unscripted voices is just what we're having now is what it is. But then we are developing courses and classes on public speaking. So the
Mm-hmm.
activities we have right now is just the eyes on the cake. The main cake is still coming. All right. He
Mm-hmm.
started the end from the beginning. So the main cake is coming. So what we're doing is that what we call it practical culture, because people will teach classes and classes, but there is no practical environment for people to improve. So the good thing about the group is that we practice. Les Brown says practice makes improvement. So
Mm-hmm.
if you can be perfect, then you can only improve. So the more you practice, and this is what practice does. Practice makes you to remember new information constantly. The more you do it, the more it registers in your subconscious, the more you become confident. And when you become confident, you can be anywhere, because someone who understands how influential his or her mouth is a very strong individual. So practicing is one area that we have created and no other person has. With all due respect to people that have public speaking programs and classes and academy, nobody has been able to replicate what we're doing in terms of making sure that we are being practical, taking practical steps, and the feedback we give to speakers is something else. So we keep growing, we see climbing, and we're getting there, brother.
Uh, I love it, man. I love it. And here's why I say that. I love your program because you walk it like you talk it.
Right.
And I had a summit because I do a summit called Power Talk,
Mhm.
and I had an opening unexpectedly. So I said, "Oh, if McCoy says he don't get ready, he stay ready."
I remember.
And I hit you up, and you was like, "Well, I that's what I do say." And guess what? You came on there, and you were ready, man, and you brought that value, and you brought those nuggets.
But here is the thing though, these people don't understand is that when you see John Gray right now, when you see anybody appearing, you think these people are not scared. That's not true. There's always an element of anxiety. So when I say I'm always ready, that doesn't mean I don't feel the fear, but
And
I don't let the fear decide what I do.
you are going to the next thing I want to talk about: fear, the final frontier.
Hmm.
Got to deal with that fear. Man, people don't. I am scared to death. I get butterflies. I was when I was at NJIT speaking at my keynote on Wednesday. Man,
Hmm.
my stomach was doing flips. But it happens. Of course, it's normal.
This is what I had to do one day. I took a chair. I went in an empty room, took chairs. I put one in front of me. I sat on one. Now I was sitting, the chair was empty. In my mind, I put my fear in that chair. I say,
Mhm.
my fear is you and I right now. And I'm facing you face to face. I want
Mhm.
to exactly know what you have, because there's only one person who is living this through my life. Only one person. It is either you or me. So I
Mhm.
put all my fears, all my anxieties on those chairs. The fear of going for that medical checkup, the fear of writing that promotional exam, the fear of applying for that job, the fear of doing this, the fear of doing that. I put everything in my front. I say, today I'm going to do everything.
Yes.
Everything. Because listen, this is the thing. The more you confront those fears, the more the power and the you begin to diminish. Approach it. So I want to say this to someone right now. I want you to write down the number one thing that you are afraid of, or the first three things you're afraid of. Today, when you write it down, the first thing you're going to do, ask yourself, what am I going to do to approach those fears?
Mhm.
Assume it is a medical checkup. You don't want to go to that checkup because you're scared of what the doctor could say. Book for that appointment. Immediately you book for that appointment, trust me. You see, the grip it has over you begin to. Some people are scared of flying. Book a flight now.
Mhm.
Once you book that flight, everything begin to look different. So the best way is not to run away from your fears. The best way is to confront it. The more you approach that fears, the more little it begins to look. until you get there. So fear, someone said, is not the absence of courage. So if fear is not the absence of courage, what that tells me is that everybody who has done something meaningful in this world was once afraid. Everybody, from
Yes.
the richest to the poorest, we have been afraid of something. But the difference between you and them is that they did not allow the fear to dictate their actions. When fear begins
Mhm.
to dictate your actions, then fear begins to dictate your lifestyle. So whatever thing right now you feel that is stopping you, you have so much anxiety, it might be public speaking. If it is public speaking right now, tomorrow or this night, write a topic, decide to go live
Yep.
on
There you go.
Facebook. Do it.
Hmm.
Nobody's gonna call 911 on you for not speaking well. Nobody's gonna arrest you. Nobody's gonna charge you any money. Just decide to do it.
Just
Do
do
it
it.
once.
Just do it.
It liberates your soul. I tell people when they come on the show, I said, when you became a champion was not when you came on the show, it was when you said yes to defeating the anxiety. It was the yes you said. That is what makes you a champion, not the result, not the things you're doing. But when you decide to do it, that's when you became a champion that you are. So today, I'm begging you, no matter how big that fear is, confront it.
Brother, I learned and I've studied and research has shown that the fear of speaking in public is worse than the fear of dying.
Man,
That is amazing to me that people are, I mean, people are more afraid of speaking in public than they are of dying.
that's
And I,
crazy.
yeah, and I just think it just comes down to the confidence hasn't been built in to speak positively about one's own self. Like we can talk about each other negative, we can talk about our faults all day long.
Mhm.
You know, I did this exercise with the students that I taught. I said, take 1 minute and tell somebody what you're great at.
Mm.
Then I said, take 1 minute and tell somebody what you're not good at. It took them, they couldn't even think about, well, what am I great at? But what they were bad at, they could talk all day long.
That's crazy because see, this is what I tell people. You gotta be careful the way you talk to yourself
Yep.
because the way you talk to yourself would decide how you interpret the way people talk to you.
Oh yeah, come on, man.
You know,
Come on.
I said this some time ago that it's not really about what people say to you. I listen to this guy a lot, this great sociologist, Charles Horton Cooley. He says something very profound, brother. He said, I am not what I think I am, and I am not what you think I am, but I am what I think you think I am.
Yep.
So we judge ourselves based off of what we think people think about us, not necessarily what people think about us, but what we think. So the way you view yourself will determine how you interpret what people think about you. If someone calls
Mhm.
you a fool and you are mad, it's because you think you're a fool.
Yeah, it's what you respond to.
If
Yeah.
someone calls you a failure right now and you are mad, it's because you think you are a failure. So the way you talk to yourself, listen, I give this scenario all the time. This new year, I was in church. New Year Eve, brother, I was praying. I was trying to pray my way into 2022. As I was praying, I noticed that there were two people beside me. They were very modest. Immediately, my subconscious mind began to talk to me. Hey, you probably disturbing these people. You bothering them. So I became modest. I started, putting my voice down and all that. But something just struck me. Said, boy, are you stupid? What are you doing? Because
Mm.
this person that is about to decide how you pray right now, you might never see them again in your entire
Oh,
life.
yes, 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 yes.
Because of I'm thinking what they are not thinking. I'm thinking that probably they are thinking I'm disturbing them. So it is my perception of what I'm thinking that is influencing what I think they are thinking. And these people might not be thinking about anything. I
Mm.
snapped out of it, man. I went back. I said, listen, man, when I face my tribulations in 2022, you are not going to be there. So how the hell do you want to stop me? When I face my challenges tomorrow, they are not going to be there.
Exactly.
You get what I'm saying? So it is
Exactly.
always our perception of ourselves that determines how we interpret what people think about us. That's why I think that self-talk, positive self-talk
Mm-hmm.
is so important. Self-love is so important. That is why, listen, you cannot be in a relationship with someone who doesn't love his or her self. You don't go into relationship looking for love. You go into relationship and marriages hoping to express the love you have on the inside. See, when you
Mm-hmm.
go there looking for love, you are going there to frustrate the other person.
I
So,
love it.
so, so the bottom line here is, how do you talk to yourself? What kind of program do you listen to, like the one you're listening to right now? These are the things that builds up in your subconscious, the music. And that's one thing incredible about Unscripted Voices, brother, because when you come there, we get to know what you listen to. We get to know how you talk at home. And we
Mm-hmm.
were talking about filler words and how to eliminate filler word. And we understand that the best way to do it is, don't use it at home and then you have the intention of not using it when you come online. It's not going to work.
Exactly.
All right. So when you listen to the music, the motivational music, positive videos, and positive, you are building your subconscious for positivity. So when you
Yes.
come on the show, the only thing that will come out is what you stored in your
Yeah.
subconscious.
What's in you comes out.
The same thing comes out. There's nothing. The subconscious is an unintelligent mind. It doesn't do anything. You give it jargon, it give you back jargon. And that's why the Bible says that, he said, out of the abundance of the heart. The word their heart is a subconscious mind. The
Mm-hmm.
mouth speak.
I
But
speaks.
what is more important is where he says that, guide your heart with all diligence. But yeah, that's the same thing. But I want to talk about what is more important when he says, he talks about what goes in. It talks about what goes. I forgot that verse. It talks about guiding what goes in, because what goes in is what comes out. It's
Mm-hmm.
very important. When we talk about it, people take it people take it for a joke, but it's so important. Watch as it is right now.
Mm-hmm.
When I have a phone call and it's about gossip, I try to eliminate it.
Yeah.
Not because those are not important calls, but you see, you are creating an image in my subconscious. I don't want such image in there. These are very delicate place. I do not want such image in there. So what you listen to will invariably determine how you talk to yourself, and how you talk to yourself will then determine how you think people think about you.
Exactly.
These are effects of life.
I preached a sermon a couple of weeks ago called "Watch Your Mouth," and pretty much, what you say to yourself and what you say to other people. That's powerful. You can't get that stuff back. What are you waking up to every morning when you
Mhm,
talk to yourself? Either
mhm.
I have to or I get to. Those two phrases, I have to or I get to. One hand says, "Oh, I have to get up and go to work." The other one says, "I get to get up and go
Right,
to work."
right.
So it's just the perspective that you change your words, you
Yes, sir.
change your attitude. You
Yes,
know,
sir.
some people wake up and they defeat their entire day. Oh, I gotta get up and get out of bed. Some people wish they can get up and get out of bed. So you're right, man. It's really, we gotta watch how we talk about ourselves, man. We gotta
And
talk.
someone say that it might be a joke or not, but someone said that whether you're joking or you're not joking, your mind does not know the difference. So
Yes,
so you can't be talking to yourself crazy and you say it's a joke. No, it's not a joke. Your subconscious does not know the difference.
yeah. You putting it out
Doesn't know.
there.
Yeah, you put it out there. You put it
Mhm.
out there. So
Yeah.
and it's one of the things I've been studying recently about the power of the subconscious, about the information you put in. I was telling someone that about this uh, very beautiful fragrance, air freshener that we used to use back then in Nigeria. For no reason, I hated that air freshener so bad. I didn't know why I hated it so bad, and it was not to some months ago I discovered why I did. I find out that that air freshener, brother, the first time I perceived it was during my grandmother's funeral.
Mm.
So it had an unpleasant memory
It
for
stuck
me.
there.
It
Mm,
stuck there. I didn't know why I was doing it. And when I heard the story of this young man was who was being abused, and then he started school for no reason, he was hating his teacher. He was hating and being so arrogant to this teacher. So the teacher started being mean to him as well. They took the case to the principal, and the guy has to be enrolled in what do you call it? He has to go through some counseling.
mhm,
During the process of the counseling, they discovered that the same cologne that the teacher was using is the same cologne that the stepfather he used to abuse him
mm.
uses. So these are the things in our subconscious. That's why I
Power
say that
subconscious, man.
when you get to a point in life, you got to understand that everything you are the things already built in you without you knowing. It is your duty. It is your responsibility to clean and clear those things out. It is your responsibility to say, now is my turn. Now is my moment. It's no longer about what my parents could not do or what my grandparents could not do. It's about what I can do right now to make sure that the excuse I'm giving now or the excuse my parents gave me, my children, will not give the same excuse. Understand that the outcome of your life right now is solely in your hands. No
Mm.
reason for excuses. It is time for you to turn things around through positive thinking.
My brother, I just wanted to say that this has been an awesome, awesome conversation, man. As always, man,
Yes,
you
sir.
are the bringer of good energy, man. And I truly appreciate you, man. I appreciate the work you're doing. I appreciate where you're taking unscripted voices. You're including children. I mean, you're preparing leaders of the next generation. You're
Yes,
getting them
sir.
ready now, and that is admirable. So as we close, what I would like for you to do, man, this is what I ask all my guests to do. If
Right.
you can just take a couple of minutes, man, I'm gonna put you on solo to just speak a couple of minutes of life into those who are listening. So, brother, the floor is now yours.
Well, okay. Now I'm solo. Now I can say whatever thing I want to say and nobody's going to interrupt me. But listen, yeah, I want to say this. There are no excuses. I want you to think about your life. No excuses. I don't care where you have been. I don't care what you went through. Well, I do care. But I want to let you know is I want to ask you just one question. How much bills has any of your excuses paid? I'm talking about those genuine excuses. It is so real. It is so genuine. I mean, everybody can see that I lost my job. Everybody can see that I lost my husband. I lost my wife. Anybody can see that I lost my kids. Anybody can see this. Yes. But at this point now, the question is how much will those excuses put on your table? And I always give this scenario. I had a book I wanted to read, and I knew there's so much information in those books. In the process of trying to study that book, my baby came. So I had to juggle between reading this book and taking care of baby and being a new father. So I have to keep that book alone because you can't tell me I should leave my baby and start reading one book. No. Very good and genuine excuse. But listen, yo, I had a presentation next week that the information I needed was in this book. You see, whether I had a baby or not, when I appear in that presentation, the universe is not designed to accommodate excuses. The universe is not designed to accept the excuses. I'm not going to tell them, listen, I couldn't read this information because even though it was a genuine excuse. But what I'm trying to let you know is that no matter what thing you think is a genuine excuse right now for you not to be able to graduate, for you not to be able to maintain that marriage, for you not to be able to get a better job, whatever thing you think is a genuine excuse, I want you to understand that it will never put you to the next level of your life. Tonight, this evening, I want you to make that decision. Wake up. No more excuses. It is either I do it or I do it. There are no plan B's. Let the plan B be a accomplishment for you to actualize your plan A. No more excuses, brother. Tonight is a decision night. take that decision right now. Go after your dream, go after your purpose, get your dream realized, and then we watch you born and you take over the world.
And let the church say amen.
Let the church say amen.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes,
Brother,
sir.
thank you so much, man. This has been awesome, man. We have so many people in here that was showing the love, man, and being blessed by this conversation. And you know, it's my call to action. If you've been blessed by these words that my brother was kicking tonight in this conversation, I need you to throw those hearts up. And after you finish throwing them hearts up, I need you to share this to your platform because somebody else need to hear this as well.
Yeah, believe
Somebody
so.
need to hear no excuses.
No
It's all about that
excuses.
positive mindset. Keep that positive energy going. Keep that
Yes, sir.
positive self-talk going. And don't let your dreams die because you want to live in a land of your own excuses.
Mm.
Don't let your dreams die because you're in the way because you are living in the land of your excuses.
Yes, sir.
So, my brother, thank you so much.
I really
The work
appreciate
that
you,
you're
man.
doing, man, with Unscripted Voices, man, you keep doing your
Hey,
thing.
we have something new coming in. So you tell your queen we're gonna be having family unscripted very soon. Yeah,
Ah,
we're gonna be having family. We have other people who are with their families, so we're gonna bring about 3, 4 families together for a very interesting show. So I want you to get ready for that.
I love it. I love it. I love it. And she gonna be carrying me.
Yes, sir.
Yes, indeed, man. And man, brother, that is awesome, man. Just, let's listen. Let God keep using you in every shape, form, or fashion, man.
Yes,
And
sir.
with you know how the Bible says, "I became all things to reach all people."
Hmm.
Brother, you're doing many things to reach all people.
Yes, sir.
And
I
I
appreciate you,
love
man.
it. So blessings to you, man, and thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, everybody who has been on the show today. I see Shawarma, I see Angie, I see Femi, I see Pele, I see everybody.
Yeah, they're on here. Yeah. And Mansoor on here for a while. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah. Thank you so much, everybody. And thank you for showing the love. Thank you for kicking it with us. Once again, this has been Power Talk. And
Sure.
I am your host, Dr. John Gray. And normally I come to you Wednesdays at 4:30, but I had an unscripted moment. And I had to make sure when I told my brother Ify I was having some problems on Wednesday, I said, I'm going to create a show for you, brother. I said, I'm going to create a time. And that's what I did because I knew what I was getting out this conversation. Because I get so much out of this just by listening to this brother. So thank you, everybody. Have a blessed, awesome, wonderful night. And remember, keep your mind on your purpose, keep your mind on your motivating factors, and keep your goals ever in front of you because your passion is your permission to pursue your purpose. God bless you, everybody. Take care.